And welcome back, everyone. This is your boy FlyIsland Guy. We're back here today in Gander International, and we are going to be heading up to Greenland today. So, as you guys know, we are still doing our transition over to Europe, and so right now we are right here in Newfoundland, and we're trying to just make this trek across the northern Atlantic over into Europe in the CJ4. So right now, it'll be tough to do a long flight. I'm pretty sure this is out of the range of the CJ4 to head right over to Reykjavik in Iceland. But today we're gonna head instead to a small place called Narsarsuaq. Did I pronounce that right? You guys gonna have to help me out. Narsarsuaq. I have no idea, but that's where we're going today. So we basically have a full tank or full tanks in the CJ4 to make it over. We're not ferrying any passengers at all, so everything should go smoothly. I think I did get a warning in SimBrief that this is out of the range of the CJ4, but I don't really see how that's the case, since I've done flights almost this long with passengers with a lot less fuel. So I think we should be alright. We are here right now, as I said, in Gander, and I just want to do a quick tour of the terminal. This is a third-party scenery. We've actually landed in Gander before, long time ago, in the King Air. I don't know if you guys have been with the channel for a while and you've seen that King Air video where it starts with me basically zooming off the runway in the snow. It was here, but this is a third-party scenery. All of the third-party sceneries that I have are linked in my add-ons document, Google Doc. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in picking up this scenery. All right, let's hop in the CJ4 now. We already have everything plugged in, so we are ready to get the aircraft started. Let me just double check that we're tracking here in on air, which we are. And let's go ahead and get that engine started. Gonna go begin. Alright. Engine. While waiting for that to start up, we'll throw on the emergency lights and the standby display.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Thank you. And I have the flight simulator turned down. Can bring that guy up. There we go. I think I had the sound turned on before. I did attempt this flight once before, and then I realized I did not have on-air tracking. I'd actually closed on air like midway through the flight, so had to restart it again, and we're attempting this for the second time. Right engine started. I'm gonna go ahead and get the left engine going. While waiting for that to get started, we'll bring up the weather today. Things are, well, they're not looking good for the East Coast. And I'll just bring that across here. As you can see, we have this weather system right here. Let's take a look at it. That's better. So this is kind of the remnants of what was Hurricane Henry, which is right now beaten down on the East Coast. Well, the Northeast to be specific. and it's actually supposed to be heading towards us here in Nova Scotia. However, we're over here in Newfoundland today. Gander's kind of around here, and do have a little bit of rain heading out, but things should be clear for the most part all the way into Greenland. So not expecting too much bad weather over there. Having said that, I've said that before and absolutely or instantly regretted it. I said the same thing about Gander and ended up basically flying into IMC conditions, so don't know what's going on there. Aircraft is fully started, so I'm gonna go ahead, get our avionics on. Cruising altitude today is 38,000 feet, and I've flown a lot higher in the CJ4, although on the last trip that I took had some issues cruising at 45,000, which might have been a little too much. So I'm just going to be a little on the safe side, and I'm going to fly at 38,000, just stay there. I don't really want to have too much performance issues on the way. Flight director can come on, and I think we are good to go. Going to bring our climate control on as well. So we're heading over to runway 3 today for departure, and it's going to be a bit of a taxi, so as usual, to kill the time and to prevent me from having to say anything, we're going to go ahead and we're going to run the passenger briefing, and I will be back on the mic once the passenger briefing is done. And hopefully we should be ready for takeoff at that point. Alright, so let's get the passenger briefing started now. Let's close that. And
may I have your attention, please? Welcome aboard the Citation CJ4 aircraft. Your flight crew will make every effort to make your trip pleasant. At this time, please refer to the passenger briefing card located near your seat for important safety-related information. Smoking is prohibited aboard this aircraft while the no smoking lights are illuminated and prohibited in the lavatory at all times. Aviation regulations require passenger compliance with lighted no smoking and seatbelt signs, placards, as well as flight crew instructions. For taxi, takeoff, and landing, please ensure that your lap belt and shoulder harness are fastened and all portable electronic devices are turned off. Tables, luggage, and loose articles must be stowed and secured. Seats must be in the upright and outboard position, and your headrest extended per instructions located near your seat. To fasten your lap belt, place the flat metal end into the buckle. Pull on the lap belt strap to tighten the lap belt. To fasten the shoulder harness, pull the shoulder harness strap across and in front of you and hook the metal end onto the stud located on your lap belt. To release your lap belt, depress the latch release on the top portion of the buckle. To release the shoulder harness, unhook the metal end from the stud. Because of the possibility of unexpected turbulence, please keep your lap belt securely fastened about you at all times while in your seat. In the event of cabin depressurization, oxygen masks will automatically drop from overhead compartment. Locate the nearest mask, pull the mask down to the full length of the tubing, and place it over your nose and mouth. Adjust masks by pulling the elastic straps and breathe normally. Don your mask prior to assisting others with their masks. An emergency exit is located at the right side of the aft cabin. To open the emergency exit, remove the plastic panel covering the release handle. Turn the handle in the clockwise direction. Pull the top of the emergency exit inward, lifting the base out of the opening and into the cabin. Discard the emergency exit overboard. Exit the cabin by stepping through the opening onto the wing and continue forward off the wing. The main entry door, which you use to enter the aircraft, may also be used as an emergency exit. To open the main entry door, first, push in on the inner paddle located above the inner handle. Second, pull down on the inner handle approximately 90 degrees. Push the door open and lower the stairs to exit the aircraft. Life vest locations are placarded near your seat. To don the life vest, tear open the storage bag and remove the vest. Place the life vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist. Buckle and tighten the strap. For children, wrap the belt around a leg. Buckle and tighten the strap. Inflate the life vest after exiting the plane by pulling downward on both red tabs. If the life vest fails to inflate, blow into the manual inflation tubes attached to the vest. For information on the location and use of fire extinguishers, as well as other emergency or survival equipment, refer to your passenger briefing card or consult your flight crew. Thank you, and have a pleasant flight.
Alright, we're pretty much all set to go now. Honestly love that passenger briefing. One of my favorite parts of the CJ4. You're getting a little bit of stuttering when you move the camera around. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but it's pretty much been happening since Sim Update 5. Alright, just gonna get lined up here on the runway. Beautiful morning here in Gander. So I wish this is how it was when we landed here, but it wasn't. Get rid of that. Alright. Cool. So we're just doing a slow roll, but I'll get the strobes on. And our landing lights. Alright, and we are good to go. Our rotate speed for today is 105, since we're a little heavy with fuel. Rotates.
Airborne time log.
There you go. Gear up. Down. Gonna go into our climb tent. Drop the nose ever so slightly. Alright, so what I learned about the nav mode that I kept thinking wasn't working, just went and took a quick look at the manual, and apparently like you have to be within a certain range of your kind of designated flight path in order for nav mode to actually kick in. So just when it flaps up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go flight level change mode, and we'll bring that up to 240. And then arm the autopilot. Be a good start. Alright, so flight level change mode to 240, and then as you can see we're fairly close to our flight path, so arm and nav mode should just work now. It did not work. Interesting. Okay, so this is perfect. So in this case, what I'll need to do, because I was utterly wrong, I'm going to go into heading mode, and then I'm just going to turn towards our flight path. I think once I get close enough, if I hit nav mode again, then it should work. Alright, we just crossed 10,000 as well. So, landing lights can come off. Alright, so we're getting pretty close now. And let's try it one more time. Oh, see? Nav mode is green. It's actually automatically taken over. So perfect. So that's pretty much what I was doing wrong all this time. And that's why nav mode wasn't kicking in. So it's a beautiful departure today. Nice partly cloudy skies in Gander, and we kind of get a good view of the terrain now that we're heading out. And now that the weather is nice and clear. And as I mentioned before, this is what I was hoping for when we first came to Gander. Because it was a pretty cool viewing and landing with the trees and everything. I quite enjoy it. Let's just enjoy the little views we go through the clouds. Our approach today into Greenland is going to be very interesting, and I'll talk more about that when we've started our descent. But essentially the airport that we're heading to has no precision approaches. However, it does have an NDB approach, and I have no idea how to fly NDB approaches at all, but I did take a quick little video just to see what I have to do. And I think the flight plan as well has us flying towards the NDB as well. So I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work, but I think you have to tune the frequency, I guess. I don't know if that's what you call it, of the NDB. And you basically have to fly towards it, and then and you have to also kind of tune your bearing indicator as well, or set up your bearing indicator to whichever radio you have tuned. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So we shall see how it goes, and I'll hit you guys when I get back. Alright, this is your boy FlyIsland guy. I'm out. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have started our approach into Narsarsuaq. We've started our approach into Greenland. As you can see, we're just coming through the clouds now. And we're going to be doing an interesting approach, as I mentioned earlier. Let's come back up here. Alright, so I'm just going to bring up Navigraph real quick. So we are doing this runway 6 NDB DME approach, which basically requires us to fly towards this DME and then we're gonna turn out to 272, heading 272, and then we're just gonna do a DME arc back around to 066 and come in for a landing. Now, admittedly, I don't know how to do this specifically, but I'm just gonna wing it. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Wow, that is awesome. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Wow. Let's get a wing view. Yo, that looks sick, man. I'm gonna have to try and get a screenshot. One sec, block ears. All right. Now, okay, sounds turned all the way up. Just making sure. So we're doing this DME approach. NDB DME approach. I already have the NDB tuned in. That's 359 on ADF1. And so our needle is basically pointing directly to the NDB, which is basically right above the airport. Now the interesting thing is that our flight plan actually has us pretty much flying towards the NDB and then turning back away . So I think our flight plan has us flying to the NDB, and then turning back out here, and then coming back to the airport. So I'm basically going to let the autopilot bring us down to the NDB, because we're pretty much flying straight towards it now. The blue arrow is the NDB. So we're gonna fly straight towards it, and then I think I'm gonna take over from there and head out to 272, and then try and come back around to 066, and let's see if we can get this plane down in one piece. Awesome approach though, man. And this is the kind of stuff that I love flying for. So the scenery for Narsarsuaq is not the default scenery. It's actually third-party scenery that I found on flightsim.to. As mentioned, that is also listed in the add-ons document, so be sure to check it out to find out where I got it from. Don't know how well it's loaded up. It's not compatible with Sim Update 5 currently, so there may be issues. I'm hoping not. I haven't really had any issues to date with any sceneries that weren't compatible, but we shall see. Alright, we're gonna decrease the range As you can see, NA is the NDB, and we're pretty much flying directly towards it right now. The only thing is, I don't really know. I don't really know, like, how you could tell how far away, like the distance you're going away from the NDB. I'm not seeing anything here for that. Nothing here either. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Landing light's gonna come back on. We're just about to cross 10,000, and 9,000 feet is the transition altitude. Sorry, I forgot for a sec. That's the transition altitude for this airport. So I'm just going to go ahead and change it now since we're getting close. And that is 2973. Oof. Okay. Getting a little nervous now. It's a lot of mountains around. We should be pretty close to the airport. We are actually 10 nautical miles away, which is good. I'm going to announce that we are landing.
May I have your attention, please? We will be landing shortly. Please turn off all portable electronic devices, snow tables, secure luggage, and loose articles. Return your seat to the upright and outboard position. Extend your headrest and fasten your lap belt and shoulder harness. After landing, please remain in your seat with your lap belt and shoulder harness securely fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop in the parking lot. Thank you.
Alright, briefing is done. Gonna go flaps 15. I believe the airport should be pretty much right ahead of us. Yep, we're flying over it now. That's it there. Let's take a look at it from outside. That's it there. Alright, 3 nautical miles out now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into
altitude.
I'm going to go into heading mode. And let's see. We are going to turn to 272. once we cross the NDB. We're still flying towards it now. Alright, passed it. So let's turn to 272. I have no idea if I'm doing this right. So let's keep turning, let's keep turning, let's keep turning. Let's keep going. 272 is where we want to go.
Landing gear.
I'm gonna go flaps
Landing
full
gear.
and gear down. And let's head out for about a minute. So I'm gonna set the timer. Okay, I'm absolutely nervous right now, folks. As we're heading out, we're gonna descend to 3,600. Ooh, so nervous. $3,600. Okay. Oh wow, we're well over a minute out. We need to keep going. Oof. Getting nervous, getting nervous. So I'm just looking at my altimeter right now. Once this gets to 3,600, I think I'm going to hit the altitude hold button. I think that's how it's going to work.
Altitude.
Altitude hold. Okay, that'll do. Alright. So I'm just kind of judging. I'm looking at the map here on Navigraph to determine if I'm doing this right. Because I really don't know. Okay. No, I think we can go ahead and start our turn. And I think we're going to be looking for our bearing needle to be pointing to 066. Come on. Okay. Airport is pretty much in front of us. And actually, I think I'm gonna go manual on this. Going way too fast.
Autopilot.
Wish me luck, folks. Right. Interesting thing is I'm not seeing any pappy lights. And apparently this is only supposed to be done, this approach is only supposed to be done during the daytime. And I can totally understand why. Nice little side view. Enough of that, back up front. Alright, this runway is about 6,000 feet. It should be more than enough for the CJ4.
Minimums.
We are coming in hot right now. Like way too hot.
Wind 270 and 3 knots.
Alright.
500.
Very shallow right now on approach, but sort of doing this deliberately as well. There's still trees right in front of the runway. Getting my speed down a little bit. Just trying to get over the top of these trees. there was packages there. Just couldn't see them.
Landing time log.
Beautiful. Alright. And welcome to Greenland, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Narsarsuaq. Oof. That was an interesting approach. Flaps up. Landing lights and strobes off. Alright. Let's just park somewhere here. Behind this plane. Alright. Come up a little further. Alright. So here we are, folks. In beautiful Narsarsuaq what? Okay, this is totally different from what I've been seeing everywhere. Narsarsuaq. Well, we're here. Alright, folks, let's get the beacons off. And
Engine off time log. Flight is finished.
alright.
It has been monitored by on air.
Cool, so we got here safely. Come outside. We are here safely. As I said, this is a third-party scenery. Man, I'm getting so much stuttering and lagging. It's not even funny. So this looks awesome. And there's Shandong Airlines. For some reason, way over on the other side of the world. But it is what it is. This is awesome, man. I did not think I would have the chance to see Greenland, but I have, and I'm loving it. But yeah. So once again, folks, that was a great example of how not to do an NDP approach. But we landed safely. Pretty smooth landing, and like everybody's all in one piece. So that's it for today, folks. Next flight we'll be heading over to Reykjavik. I'm gonna see if I can make it a paying flight. Not sure if that's gonna happen, but I'll see if I can find anything in on air. But hope you guys really enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. This is your boy FlyIsland, guys, saying stay safe, and most of all, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.